Hi folks, good morning.
Hi, Rakesh.
Yeah, hi.
Excuse me.
Yeah, could you please go on mute?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now.
Okay, just take a look on yesterday's classes. Today we will go ahead and learn about string methods. I would like to take a class. As I said, in Java, everything is recognized as a string. Maximum of the things are to be stored as a string variable, and we should want to know what are the different types of inbuilt methods which are there in the string. Okay, in this class I would like to explain you what are the different types of methods which are available in the strings. Okay, let me create two string variables. If you can see the above, both I have taken two strings, a string 1 and a string 2, which I have assigned Ravi, capital letters Ravi to a string 1, and whereas I have assigned small letters Ravi to a string 2. Let me write something so that it will compare both the strings, whether they are equal or not. Okay, there is a method called equals. String 1 dot equals as string 2 sys out both strings are equal, else both strings are not equal. Let me run the program now. When I run the program, what I am getting, both strings are not equal, which is the statement which is printed in the else block. But what I am doing, I am comparing the strings whether they are equal or not. Ravi and Ravi is equal, but the difference is this string 1 contains the uppercase letters, this string 2 contains the lowercase letters. If you want to ignore this case, then you want to use another method called equals ignore case. If you don't want to ignore the case, if you want to match the case also, you need to go ahead with equals. If you need to ignore the case, then you need to go ahead with equals to ignore case. I will differentiate the print statements. Let me run the program now. You can see both the strings are not equal in equals since they are uppercase and lowercase. And in the next method, since we are ignoring the case, it is printed both strings are equal in equals ignore case. Okay? That means it eliminates the case sensitive letters. It will match the letters whether they are equal or not, whether they are same or not. That is the difference. And if you want to find whether the string is empty or not, if you want to find whether the string is empty or not, just take the string dot is empty. There is a method called is empty. If it is empty, it will print string is empty. If it is not empty, it will not print anything. Let me run the program. You can see nothing is printed here, but for time being, let me just place it as like this. Now run the program. Oh, equal to null I can give. Right click as run as Java application and null pointer exception, because since string is null, or else I can declare one more string and one more thing is you should not place spaces between the variables. We'll get null pointer exception since there is null. Okay, what it will print is, if the string is empty, it will print that. If you want to check whether it is empty or not, it will check. There are still some more methods in strings like null, lowercase, uppercase, in order to find separate caret. And there is reverse. In string buffer there is reverse. Okay, please see these methods. Please try to do these methods. In the meanwhile, take these types of examples. Okay, I will give 2 minutes of time. Please practice the below things, and if anyone have some code, you can place on the chat. I will be back in 3 minutes. Okay, please try to do that. Okay, let me explain you these methods also so that you can practice it and come back to me. Okay, if you want to know whether the string is empty or not, then what you need to do is you need to do this validation whether the string one not equal to null, or you can define null like this. This way, if the string is not equal to null, it will print the string is not null. Okay, let me run the program. You can see the string is not null is printed since the string contains Ravi. Okay, if you want to convert the string into lowercase letter, let me tell you the method. I will assign to some other variable here, and let me convert the string 1 to lowercase. Since all the things are there in capital letters, if you can see, let me just convert into lowercase letters. There is a method called to lowercase. You can convert with it. I'm going to print that the real string 1 in lowercase is, plus is the symbol to concatenate, is s lowercase. Let me run now so that you will get some better view on this. You can see the string 1 Ravi. Ravi in lowercase letters is Ravi. Suppose if you can, first letter is only capital. I would like to give all letters capital. Now I would like to run the script now. Run as Java application. You can see Ravi, all letters in capital, in lowercase is small Ravi. Like that, let's go ahead and do it for uppercase also. Create a variable so that it will go to that variable, because we need not to change the previous variable. I would like to convert the second variable which is in small letters. This is in small letters. I would like to convert into capitals. Just take the string and use a method called to uppercase. If you use to uppercase, whatever the string which is there in smalls will be converted to uppercase. String 2 in uppercase is S uppercase. Let me run the program. You can see small Ravi in uppercase letters is capital Ravi. That means we have successfully converted uppercase letters. Okay, carrot. Suppose if you want to, someone said that I would like to find some character at some index. What you need to do? You need to create a character char data type. Since it is a character, as I said, alphabets means A, B, C, D, single letters are called alphabets. Since we want to get one character, I am going to take character data type S character equal to any string 1 dot caret, you need to place the index 2. I would like to get the character at index 2. I would like to give that since index is a number, I don't want to hard code that because we want to learn the best practices like this. I would like to give it and assign it in a variable called index. The character in string 1 at index is character. All these variables will be taken and they are substituted in their variables. Let me see if there is an error in this. Okay, since we need to add this, we need to have a plus symbol. Okay, I have resolved the variable. Now run as Java application. You can see the character in Ravi at index 2 is V. The string index starts with 0. 0 means Ravi or 1 means A, V means 2. That means the character in Ravi 0, 1, 2 at index 2 is V. If you pass the index 1, then A will be printed. Let me run the change it to 1 and let me run the program. Run as Java application. You can see the character in Ravi at index 1 is A. Like that, index, if you anyone talks about indexes, it will start with 0. But let me use something called length. If you anyone says, please find out the length of the string, then length is in numericals. I would like to take integer data type. There is an inbuilt method called length. If you can use that, automatically you will get the length. I would like to print the length. The length of string 1 is I length. Let me run it so that you will get to know the output. The length of Ravi is 4. Length starts with 1. Index starts with 0. Ravi R 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 length means it will calculate like from 1. Index means it will calculate from 0. That is the difference. And someone asked you to find whether the starting letter is R or not, whether the string is ending with I or not. Then you want to use some inbuilt methods called starts with. Okay, if a string 1 dot starts with R, let me take into one variable. If it is starting with R, sysout, print that string1 starts with the character R, else not starts with Esther. If it is starts with R, it will print the statements. As I said, the if condition, if it satisfies this condition, then only it will go to the else block. Let me run the script and I would like to show it to you. You can see Ravi starts with capital R. Suppose if I'd like to change the string called T. Let me just change it to T. Changed it. Let me run the program, run as Java application. You can see Ravi not starts with T. It will check whether the starting letter of the string is this character or not. Since this character is not there, it printed the negative statement. Let me change it to the original thing and run it now. Ravi starts with capital R. In the same way, someone asked you whether the string ends with some letter called I. If we need to give a meaningful names. Ends with. Let me run the program now. Run as Java application. You can see Ravi ends with R is printed. Why it is printed? Because the variable which used I is send, but start having R variable. That's why it is printed. Let me change the variable. Now run it. Run as Java application. You can see Ravi ends with I. Let me change it to some letter called R. Now run as Java application. You can see Ravi not ends with R is printed. This is how you can validate whether the string ends with some character, whether the string starts with some character or not. Suppose if there is any spaces in the string, let me create one more string here. Okay, I will use string 3. I've created a variable called we love India, and I have given some spaces. Okay, let me tell you what is the difference. If you want to delete the spaces and calculate, there is a method called trim, which will do delete the spaces. Okay, let me find the initial length before trimming is this. After trimming, let me see what is the length. I would like to take trimming value to this. I don't want to change the original value. I trim length. Let me run the script now. You can see initially the initial length before trimming is 16. The length after trimming is 13. Okay, that means whatever the last things, spaces which are there, all those spaces are to be deleted. Let me give some more spaces at the end of the start variable. Let me give some more spaces. All these to be calculated in the length initially, but when we trim, it will trim all the characters at the end. You can see before it is 52, after trimming it is deleted all the spaces so that the length is 13. If you want to trim only left, there is L trim. If you want to trim only right, there is R trim. And if you want to reverse a string, in string there is nothing, but there is a thing called string buffer. In that we can reverse the string. Let me show you how to reverse the string. In string buffer there is a reverse method. In strings there is no reverse method, only in string buffer it is there. Let me print in a meaningful way. Let me run the script. You can see the string after reversal is this. It is referred because since the string is not there, it is reversed before that. Okay, these are all the string methods which are available. Please give a look at them. Okay. After that, I will go ahead and start some new things. Yeah, I will explain you in the, I will take a new class and I will explain your question of new, okay? If you have any questions in this string methods, I'm just mouse overing on them. You can go ahead and ask me. These are very straightforward methods. I'm just scrolling slowly. If you have any questions, ask me. Okay, let me take a explain all those things by using class object method. In this, I would like to explain what is class, what is object, what is method. Let me write the definitions. Let me write the definitions and I will explain you. Okay, if you can see, package means group of classes is in Java. This is a terminology. Packages means group of classes is called a package. Let me show you the in the package explorer. Let me go to your project. You can see com.testing.scripts.java is the package. What is your testing team only? Source org.scripts.java. Under that, you can find a group of classes. All these classes are to be stored under this package. That means group of classes or collection of classes is called as a package. And how about class? A class means which consists of some methods and objects. Let me have some methods. Let me create an object. Tomorrow in detail I will explain about methods with return types, methods with arguments, like that. Okay, this is class object method. It is a combination of variables plus methods. Okay, variables means, as I said initially, which is used to store some values. Okay. And this is methods. If you want to write some block of code more than one line, we can store under some methods in order to use reusability concept. That's why these are methods which we can write like this. And previously what I have said, if we do like this is called as declaration of a variable. If you want assigning the If you want to initialize the variable, you need to use assignment operator equal to and initialize. In the same way, if you need to initialize a class, that is initializing the variable, we need to use new keyword. If you need to initialize the class, we need to use new keyword. If you need to initialize a variable, you need to use equal to assignment operator. Okay. If the class name is class object method, any instance name we can give, COM equal to new, then it will create an object for that. New class object method. And after that, if you need to call any variables, any methods, you need not use this class name. Simply what you can do, you need to just call by using its object name. Object is nothing but instance of the class. I will write it here. Object, instance of the class. Simple. If you need to initialize a class, you need to use new keyword. Once you have initialized the class, whatever the methods which are there, you will not call by its class name. It is not at all recommended. What we need to do is we need to create an object. By using this object, we need to call the methods which are there. Now I have initialized a class by using new keyword. That means a temporary location will be stored for that. And after that, by using the instance name, I'm calling the method name. Let me run it and see. You can see I am a method. I can execute a block of code in the method is there. But since I have deleted this, I have removed this. Let me run now. Run as Java application. You can see nothing is printed on the console. You can see nothing is printed on the console. Let me give some statement here, like before calling method, means I haven't called the method. Let me run the script, run as Java application. You can see only before calling method is printed and this method is not printed. Why? Because we haven't called this method in the main method. Okay, since I have created an object for that, so that I would like to create by using dot operator, I would like to call the method so that whatever the statements which are there in this, it will be automatically printed. Now I would like to give run as Java application. You can see before calling method is printed. After that I call this method, it will print I am a method. I can execute this block of code in the method. This is what initialization of a class. Clear, Vijaya? If you need to initialize, you need to use new keyword. Okay, fine. This is how we need to create an object. We need to access the methods. Let me explain you different types of methods. Initially, create some methods before initializing a class. Create some methods like public void, or else we can get method without arguments. First letter should be small for method. Public means it is an access modifier. Void means it is a return type. Return type means suppose a block of statements is doing something. It should return some string value. There is a concatenation. Okay, then the return type is string. If it is returning an integer, then int. If it is returning a char, then it is char. If it is not returning anything, it is to be placed like void. You can see I haven't placed any arguments here. If you can place anything here, these are called as arguments. If you don't place anything, that is called as method without any arguments. Now let me place another method with arguments. Method with arguments. I'm just having some arguments int a, int b. Okay, and I would like to do some sum operation. You can see the sum of A and B is sum I am printing here. If you place like a method like this, these are called arguments, method with arguments. Okay. Next, I would like to have method with return type. I would like to print a method which I would like to return some value to the super method, so that I would like to return a string, so that the return type is string. I would like to return whatever the value which is placed from there. any operation like lowercase, you can I will transfer in uppercase. I would like to print in lowercase. I will do that. Return that string. I am returning lowercase. Oh, I haven't placed method name. Method with return type. You can see since I am returning a string, it is saying return a string. Previously I don't want to return anything. It is simply void. Okay, these are the different types of methods which we usually see. In order to call these methods, what I need to do, I need to initialize the class first. How to initialize? By using creating an instance name. By using the new keyword, we can initialize the class. Once we have initialized the class, by using the arguments or by using the methods, we can call it. Initially, I would like to call method without arguments. It will be printed. After that, method with the arguments is printed. I need to send some values to them. I have sent 10, 12, and since it is returning something, I would like to take that string here. String sReturn equal to whatever the string which is returned. I would like to call that method with return type. I am passing Rakesh, capital Rakesh here. Let me see, since I am converting lowercase, it will return the string in lowercase. Let me run it. You can see first method, this method will be called. You can see method without arguments is printed. Next, the sum of 10 and 12. 10 and 12 is 22. 10 plus 12 equal to 22. After that, I have passed capital Rakesh here, but it is returning small case letter, since what I have done is in this method I have converted into lowercase and I have returned it. This is how there are different types of methods which are there. Okay, you need to know how to initialize a class, what is a method, what is the statement, how to call a method here in this example. And in this examples you will get to know how many types of things we can write in the methods. We can write some default without any arguments. We can write some arguments so that we can pass the value somewhere, so that if I can pass this, I can reuse. See, I'm written some names, method without arguments. I'm using different variables now, but I'm not writing any method again and again. I'm using single method. You can see the sum of 12 and 33 is 45 is printed. Likewise, you can use n number of methods so that the programmatic lines of code will be decreased and you can reuse so much in the real time. This is very important, the reusability concept. How much you reuse, that much efficiency, that much optimization of the code is necessary as a developer and as an automation tester also. Okay, this is how we want to write the methods, and these are the different types of methods which we can call. Okay, simply for your understanding, I have explained this example. Okay, I would like to give 2 minutes of time. Please go ahead and see this. After that, ask me if there is any questions on the entire class. If there is any questions, I would like to answer your questions and I will resolve them.